but I was proved very, very wrong by these professors. So you must have realized that matrices are just a small part of linear algebra. So these are one of the many things you get to learn in this great institution. So over the 3 days, you have been intimidated by many professors and our guest speakers. When they ask you that, yeah, you're getting it. So that is a really frustrating question where you're looking around and seeing who the hell is getting it. So don't worry, I'll give you my background, which will help you motivate things. So after 10th, I didn't do my 11th and 12th or plus one, plus two, as they say. I went into diploma. So that was a very bad career choice, I say. So I didn't learn any of the mathematics present in engineering. As soon as I came into engineering, I, I was actually scared of maths very much. I hadn't done integration derivation properly like you guys, but there is no reason to worry. Maths is the reason which will get you here, even if it is the most difficult subject, I feel, because an engineer without a mathematics is architect. So uh, my presentation is on cracking gate exam. So before this, I will like to tell you, anyone of you have heard cricket commentary when Arun Lal or Akash Chopra are speaking about how Sachin should have played this shot. When you see at Arun Lal's average, it is 26. Then you see Akash Chopra's average, it is 23. Combining these two averages, still Sachin's average is higher. And they still say that Sachin should have played the cover drive in this way or that way. So for you peoples, uh, please do take my talk seriously, because yes, I've got all India rank 25 in gate. So this is necessary so that I've seen many people give advices about losing weight and all the stuff, even though they are fat or something. So don't believe anyone who has not done it themselves. So this talk will be primarily focused on two things: motivation behind gate and how to crack it. So first thing, I come from Mumbai. So around in the batch of 120, 60 people went abroad. So first, reasons to go abroad: your dad is rich, surely go abroad. Secondly, there is this thing like about Apple. Everyone asks when I say that why iPhone is better. So people don't have any answer, just that it's best. So don't believe that just MS is the best opportunity that you have got and just blindly follow people. Or one more example is Salman Khan movies. I don't know why their fans watch it, but still they will defend them. Yeah, no, that is the best movie thing to do. So be sound and clear about what career option you are going to choose. So why I didn't take GRE, these are my personal opinions. And if they coincide with you, you should also think about them. First, I come from Mumbai University. Even if you scroll down the top 200 of QS World rankings, you won't see a name of Mumbai University there. So when I'm applying abroad from Mumbai University, no professor is going to recognize my university, and none of my professors have strong contacts in the top US institutions. So that is the first reason that not getting into a very good school in US and rather than getting into a mediocre university there is a very bad choice, I feel. Secondly, I had no significant research papers published in top conferences. My projects were average. They were basically implementation of some stuff. Very little innovation went into them. And secondly, I was not even sure that I could do research at that point of time. So investing that amount of money just because my friends were doing MS was not the point. Secondly, no worthy recommendation from professors. So even if my HOD writes a very good recommendation letter for me, it has no value if my HOD herself or himself has not published any of the top conference papers, because no one is going to take their word worthy of it. So if I tell you that Stanley is the best batsman here, would you believe it? No one. But if Sachin Tendulkar says the same, you would believe it. So your recommendation letter, who is writing it, does matter a lot. So these were my personal reasons why I didn't give GRE and plan to go abroad. Second, if you are from a good institution, if you have done not significant research but a good amount of research, if your professors have good contacts and they themselves are worthy of giving recommendations, then you can plan for GRE. That is the first thing. I'm not here to convince you to give GATE. I'm just opening your mind about these two exams. Funding. So what are the opportunities once you crack GATE? So these opportunities are if you get a very good rank, obviously. So first is you can do MTech or get directly into PhD programs in top IITs and ISC. Secondly, public sector units like ISRO, DRDO, BAIL, ONGC, IOCL, HPCL, everybody shortlists candidates based on gate rank. So if you want good government jobs, fat salary, so this is also a good option after BTech. Secondly, top research organizations I mentioned like DRDO, ISRO, they recruit directly through GATE. Their entrance exams are based on the GATE syllabus. You don't need to study anything new about this stuff. So, uh, one second. So, for the strategy which I followed, first thing you require is motivation. So, motivation comes in two forms. One is like a horse is riding and we are hanging carrots in front of him. So, he will run as long as he has hunger to get those carrots. And secondly, is the stick that someone is sitting and beating the shit out of you so that you run. So gate is not something which will come from the second type of motivation. Nobody is going to sit on your back and say that study for this long or study for 10 months or put effort into you. That time is gone. So you need to be self motivated. You yourself need to generate that hunger to get a very good rank. So first thing first, read the syllabus very thoroughly. Since it is a competitive exam, you should be focused on what you are doing. You cannot do anything vague. Pick up a reference book and read it whole throughout the year. Nothing that is not going to help you. So read the syllabus thoroughly. Collect the necessary material, and by necessary material, I mean the standard reference books. Please don't go for coaching material stuff, in which I myself went to coaching, but I didn't even open a single book which they had given me. So yeah, coaching is necessary for learning, but I believe that the material you read should be very good and standard, and that it should be published worldwide so that they have some reviews and everything is correct in it, at least most of the part. So now you have to decide on the content which you have to study. You won't pick a 1,000 pages reference book and read through the 1,000 pages thoroughly. So you have to decide what content you're going to read from it. Preparing a plan. See, this seems like a stupid step because plans never work. Many of you, even including me, have spent time creating schedules. Nobody is able to follow, but the effort which goes into making that schedule, at least your mind is partially trained in that. Even if you plan to study for 2 hours, end up studying 1 hour, that is sufficient. Don't worry, you will get better and better. So preparing plan is necessary and try to follow it. Obviously, I know that sticking to your plan for a long span of time is not very easy job to do, but still plan helps you to think and organize yourself. So first thing is, once you have the syllabus and the reading material ready, please clear your concepts thoroughly. I have seen many undergrad students who have got good GPAs above 9 out of 10, but still their concepts are not clear because they study as per the questions which are asked in the university exams and not according to the concepts. So please eliminate that approach that you will study according to the questions. You will study the concept first. Make sure that is the strategy which you are following. Secondly, you need to solve the problems and exercises. Like when you go to the gym, if you're building a particular muscle like biceps, are you just lifting the dumbbells in one particular manner? No. There are several exercises for one particular muscle. That helps you to tone your muscles from various directions. Similarly, your mind should also focus in various directions. Solving one problem in 3 different ways helps you to think about various perspectives that can be taken by solving that problem. You can look a problem in multiple ways. So solving problems and exercises really exercises your brain and helps it to think. So the main strategy behind these 4-5 points is developing your problem solving ability. It is not that one question will be copy pasted in the GATE exam. So these 5 steps will help you to develop your problem solving ability first. Next is solving the previous GATE papers. So this is important step. It will give you a flavor of what kind of questions can be asked in your exams. So just studying a concept and exercises, and now you are actually taking the test here. You are solving the previous papers, how you could have performed. You are simulating your environment now. Second, the best way of revision which I found is when you solve these papers, you obviously are going to get some questions wrong. So see why you got it wrong. If your concept was bad, go back, revise your concept or understand your concept correctly. Many a times, what you read and what you interpret is quite different because interpretation is obviously left to the user. So there might be ambiguous interpretations, or you might have interpreted some concept incorrectly. So the question is what which is going to tell you how you have interpreted the concept. If it is a calculation mistake, I will tell you ignore at the current stage. Because yes, calculation can be improved with practice, but necessary thing at this stage is the concept. Second, join a test series and solve question papers. And then you do the follow-up of wrong questions same as above. Analyze your test, focus on your weak areas and keep repeating the cycle. So now while studying, always prepare, summarize. And this summary should be written by you. If you're reading summary of textbook or the summary prepared by a friend, it won't help. So notes should be yours in your own words, written in the way you have understood it. Because only then you will remember what you had written and why you had written that. Sometimes you might not even remember why you had written that statement, but then you'll go and follow. If you're reading a summary prepared by classes or friend, that won't help. So everything needs to be self-made even if you're attending coaching or not. So what I learned from my preparation, first is motivation is a very important thing. You need to study at least, I believe, for an average person, 6 months thoroughly before the GATE exam. So motivation is what is going to keep you moving. Sports motivates me a lot. I watch sports videos. I'm inspired by sportsmen. Sportsmen inspire me because apart from the achieving that medal in the international level, they have nothing. If they fail at that level, they are going to fail. They don't have money backup like we guys do. We have software jobs waiting for us, which will at least feed ourselves. But in sports, if you fail, there is nothing actually. So these guys have a very constrained goal, very difficult goal to achieve. Still, they give their best. So sports is one thing which motivates me. So I've kept sports as my motivation. I see the sportsman. Second, I don't know whether I should tell you this or not, but you are never going to complete the syllabus thoroughly. The more you read, the more you realize that you don't know many things. If you are at any particular stage that you feel that you have read thoroughly something and that you have completed the syllabus, you are wrong. So whenever you feel that, assume that you are wrong, you don't know things. Because the more you learn, I believe the more you know that you don't know things. So silly mistakes cannot be eliminated. That is there. Even if you practice same paper 100 times, you won't be able to eliminate the mistakes because the person who is making those mistakes is silly, I believe. Secondly, 100% accuracy is improbable. So another example is Don Bradman. Everyone knows Don Bradman. At the end of his innings, he could have scored 4 more runs, I guess, and could have taken his batting average to 100, which no one has achieved. But still, even he failed. His batting average is 99.96. So even a person like Don Bradman couldn't achieve, so please don't keep your hopes that you will get 100% accuracy. So practice will make you perfect. And from my experience, extraordinary geniuses are not required to crack GATE. You should invest quality time and stick to your goals no matter what. Yeah, and anyone can do it. So this is a roadmap which I have given. So I believe the good time to start is when you're in 3rd year in your event semester, that is 6th semester. So you could start studying the concepts and get the concepts and their exercises and problems done by November. Then in November and December, you could give some test series, give subject-wise test, give full-length test to improve on your breadth as well as depth. Secondly, in January, you could analyze your result, revise your weak areas. Don't learn anything very new in this month because all you need to do is practice what you have done. At least if you've done 50%, be sure that that 50% is very perfect. So achieving perfection is the aim of January in the last few months. Second, this slide I will share you where I've this is taken from Careers 360 and I've fairly read through it. So I believe these are good reference books and I've given some relevant chapters which you need to read for GATE syllabus. So I'll share the slides with you all. Secondly, why test series and revision is important. So in net, people do net practice for cricket. There are nets, they are playing those shots, but everybody is not able to mimic those shots in the actual match. That is what test series will teach you. Because I give you one particular question and tell you to solve now, you're relaxed, you're free, you're thinking open minded. But if I tell you that you have to solve it in 2 minutes and if you get it wrong, your rank will go from 2 digit to 3 digit rank, that pressure will then play a part on your problem solving skills. So test series is like you're continuously pressurizing yourselves in the same environment so that on the day of the exam, you have nothing new to face. So you're getting used to it. That is all about test series, I feel. Accuracy will only increase by practice. If you see a silly mistake and you say that, oh, this is a silly mistake, I won't do it in exam because I will be serious, that is not going to help. Mistakes will happen. In fact, mistakes will happen more. I think due to calculation in my gate exam, I lost around 6 marks. So, but since I attempted too many questions, that helped me. But that is a very bad accuracy to achieve in your final exam. Secondly, is coaching necessary? A very important question which people think. So, for this question, I believe I'll give you some set of questions you ask to yourself. Be very honest about it and answer to yourself. What I've learned in ISC is research is all about asking right kind of questions. Answers anyone can get it. You should be able to ask right kind of questions. So first thing, did you study your undergraduate subjects thoroughly? Thoroughly, I mean, if I ask you anything, any problem related to it, will you be able to at least approach the problem with the correct direction? Secondly, are you self-motivated or you need the stick? Do you need a guidance and mentor? For me, it was this third reason was thing that why I joined coaching. I always like guidance and a mentor, whether I'm going in the right direction or he can propel me with some of his own inputs. Experience always helps. So the third reason is the reason why I joined coaching. I needed a guidance and a good mentor. So how good are you in competitive exams? Before GATE, I've given no competitive exam on a national scale. So this was my first competitive exam. So you should be sure whether you're confident in attempting these kind of exams because a little different kind of preparation goes in these exams and theory exams. So do you have the ability of learning and understanding everything by yourself? Very difficult because you need to understand the author's perspective, what he's going to say. When a professor is teaching you, he has the inputs of other people, his peers, his experience, all of them help him to get the correct interpretation of what the author was saying. A single-minded perspective can lead in a wrong direction, I feel. So always experience will help in this because there are many things which you can interpret wrong. So how do you go about when you're stuck at some part? Be stuck there, try way out of it, skip it. What is your approach when you get stuck at a particular point? So I believe if you answer these questions, you may be able to realize is coaching really necessary for you. Second is the online content. So about online content, people have asked me doubts that whenever you buy some online videos or are seeing some online content, there is a series of around 100 lectures. No one watches those 100 lectures. So people ask me whether do we have the stamina to watch all those lectures? Can we remember all those things? So I tell them a simple answer. How did you watch 5 seasons of Game of Thrones? So don't tell me about the stamina. If I give you 5 seasons right now, you will finish in a week. And about memory, before watching the 6th season, even if I ask anyone who killed Ned Stark, there will be tens of people answering me which was there in first season. So you have a very good memory. You have stamina for watching all the online videos. It all lies in your interest, I believe. If you have right interest and motivation, you'll go all through the online lectures. You'll learn things. You'll remember them. So make sure that you are watching some authentic video lecture series which teaches you correctly because there are videos out there which I feel are not that good or they are giving you some shallow concept of things just to make sure that you will be able to solve some numerical questions. So make sure the videos which you are watching are of high, the content is of good quality there. See, patience and dedication to continue. All of you have patience and dedication that I know because there are a lot of online series and you people watch. So second point is there in everyone. But this is a very important point. You won't have interaction with peers when you're watching some online video series alone. and you don't have inputs of others, nor the professor will be able to adapt to your style. Sometimes you might have doubts, you might not get a personalized answer to that doubts. Like in my case, I really bug the professor a lot. I ask him a lot of questions. If the person standing in front of me doesn't know what he's teaching, I'll tear him apart. So keep that approach. Don't leave anything behind. If you have questions, make sure you ask them. Being shy is not going to help you at this stage of life. So remove that shyness. Let the other person think you're dumb. It is better if the other person feels you're dumb because he'll teach you everything thoroughly. He'll not assume things about you. Like today, when I saw that when he asked some questions about rank eigenvalues, don't. It is important that you give answer, but be precise in answer. If you don't know things, say don't know. That is the best way. I believe acceptance is the key. If you don't know some things, just say don't know. You will be open to learning. If you are learning based on some definition and you just know the definition or the formula, that is not going to help. So be open about what you know and what you don't know. You are the best judge to tell this about yourself. Yeah, the fourth point is this is very important because, like me, many students will be there in their final year when they're giving gate. So you will be able to adjust according to your time and schedule if you're watching some online content. So questions. Be free to ask questions, any type of questions. I'll not judge you. I'm not the one here to judge you people on basis of the questions. Feel free. Any questions about gate? Yeah, so I'm not given JE, but I can tell you about gate. I believe that if you have understood engineering, you will be able to give gate. About difficulty of exam, it has degraded, I will tell you, from the previous years. Like in around early 2000s, the paper used to be really difficult, I feel. The recent papers, if you have a good preparation, it will be a cakewalk. See, I believe it depends on how you have studied. So if you're just reading continuously one thing and not solving it, then there is a tendency to forget. So what might suggest you is that along with reading, you solve thoroughly those things. And if you're tending to forget the things which you have studied in previous month or something, the best strategy to revise is attempt questions, I believe. Once you attempt that question, don't run away from attempting questions. That is the worst thing you can do, which even I did. When giving a test series was, I skipped it till end. That I'll do it afterwards because I was scared if I'm not able to solve a question, I might lose confidence. But if losing confidence is a thing, let it be lost at that particular point of time. In later, it will bug you a lot. So keep attempting question as you even switch to other subjects. That might help you.
I would like to add to that actually. Now imagine this. Now if I ask you the question, the English alphabet, what comes after A? You have to even revise. If I ask you what 1 plus 1, you have to think. You have to think, but you can implicitly say that, right? Now you come to way, right? If I ask you anything in engineering, you shudder at the thought. Why aren't we studying in a way that we can just remember it at any instant? So if I ask a question, you should be able to get up from your sleep and answer it, right? Why aren't we studying it that way? I think that's what we have, our methods have degraded over time, right? That's what we should aim for. For example, if I give you a C code, you should visualize what happens within it. You should be able to say what happens inside, what's happening in third order, how it goes into the architecture. You should be able to give me the explanation in 1 second. You understand what the time set? Aim, but whatever you study, aim that you're able to imagine it. Whenever we study theory, we forget. But when you're able to visualize it and imagine it, that's when it stays forever. So I think that's what you do.
Like in ISC, the kind of exams we have is, at least in database, I found a very good type of exam. So in our exam starts at 9 a.m. and it doesn't have an end time particularly. So you are given open time, open resources, do whatever you want to do, just solve the questions. So uh, these are the places where you think. So initially while solving questions, you can do the same thing. Just take questions in front of you, study the subject thoroughly, don't worry about time, just try solving them. That is the part where you will think and remember everything, I believe. Yeah.
Why did we
Um,
I can answer that question. This might come as a little bit of a shock to you, but the fact is this, okay? As Sanket himself mentioned, most of the situations where people go to the foreign university is because people follow the herd mentality. They see the neighbor Permante's son is going there, and Permante goes and goes up to his son saying that oh, okay, they're recording. Okay, so everyone praises about people who say that they're supposed to go abroad and therefore study, and if you do that, your life is settled and all of that stuff. Nonsense. Okay, so that's one reason why people go abroad, because they see everybody else, their peers are going abroad. Another second reason, which is not often told about, is this: the difference between the two is GATE and GRE. I don't know if many of you have seen or attempted GRE papers before. GRE, answering a GRE paper can be done by a 6th standard kid. There's no difficulty there. The only questions asked in GRE is maths, and the maths that they ask there is all about, if two trains pass each other at 60 degrees at each other, or 60 kmph, when will they collide? An Indian student would say that they'll not collide, because but who will crash trains, right? So the point is, the kind of questions they ask in GRE are so simple that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can really answer it. So people take GRE because they know that they'll definitely get a good rank in GRE, they'll get a good score. But writing GATE is something like IIT JEE. Not everybody will get a good rank in writing GATE. So they choose the easier alternative, and therefore they take up GRE and they go abroad. So those are two primary reasons why people do that. And apart from that, there are a whole host of other reasons, as Sanket mentioned.
and to answer your question specifically, where you said that there are some foreign universities like NTU, NUS, and some universities in Germany which accept your application based on GATE rank. So first of all, that is not purely based on GATE rank. GATE rank helps you to get into their shortlist. But after that shortlist, they'll see the research you have done. And if that university is better ranked than ISC, then I suggest you can apply to that university. But you should have a very good research profile for it. And I believe that if you're looking for good quality research or even a good industrial placement in terms of research opportunities, ISC has got everything. So rather than asking question, why go to a foreign university? Why not ISC? Can you answer me those? Why not an Indian institution? What is the shortcoming do you feel studying in India? You can ask me anything which you feel that you will get better in US or something.
First year of research,
Hmm.
you can counter question why is it IISc top 5 institutions
Hmm.
in research itself?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so the answer is there are two aspects to this. First is the size of university, which comes into consideration. ISC regarding to other US universities is very small in size. Secondly, legacy. So those institutions have been researching around 400 years or something. Today, President gave a talk at ISC convocation and he mentioned the same things, that the universities abroad who have a very high ranking is not just, first of all, they are very old universities. Their ranking is not just because of engineering. All aspects of studies are covered in those universities. Like ISC is very ahead in science, I believe, but management still lags behind. It is not as good as science. I'm not saying it is worse. Secondly, uh, how many researchers, what is the strength of faculty, what is the strength of students, are quality students coming in ISC, or is there a brain drain happening, you feel? Who are the ones who are publishing in those universities? Once I came into ISC, you see in every faculty of the top Ivy League universities, you will find Indians there. So Indians are doing research there, Indians are doing research here. So I believe our professors are legends in their field. You might go to any professor's website, they have published in top A plus conferences. So these are, I think you get a better interaction in ISC. I can spend more time with my advisor here rather than there, because there are large peer groups over there. So I believe for masters, at least it is a good place here where you will be given some special attention. And don't feel that the magnitude of research is more there and less here. It is that the number of people publishing is less in ISC. The number of people publishing more there is more. So as a students go on publishing more, our university rank will also go up. And secondly, it is about funding too. How much our government is willing to pay. A PhD student a year gets around 25,000 as a stipend. There you might live a little more lavish life when you go for PhD. So as our country develops and our universities get more funding, the quality of research will improve. But the as if you are comparing the professors, they both are publishing in the same conferences and they are at par, I believe.
There's also a third reason why IS is not in the top 5. The third reason is it's because 97.6275% of all statistics is made up.
Yeah, so first of all, QS World Ranking is bogus. Even when a ranking about top small universities across Asia was there, my professor told me this. Anurag Kumar, who is the director of ISC, was presented with this ranking. He told that I'm not proud of it. This is bullshit ranking. So don't believe in all the ranking stuff first of all. And still, if you're believing it, go in terms of the number of research papers published in that particular university. In that, you will see ISC is at par.
Any other question?
Interview process. So I was fortunate enough to get a good rank, so I didn't have to give an interview. I think Stanley might give a good answer to it. How did you prepare for an interview?
Okay, so let's give a background. I had 10 level 9, and to get into ISC, I think you need around 600 rank, right? 600 650 ranks are called for interview. What you need is what they check is an analytic mindset, prove essentially. So departments are divided into. The department here is divided into 3 parts, right? Intelligence systems, and theory. So the questions asked vary from department to department. If you look at intelligence systems, you'll get questions more on probability, statistics, linear algebra. If you look at systems, you get more on operating system compilers. If you look at theory, you can choose any of the fields like graph theory. There are subdivisions that you can choose. But if you look at the foundation, asked proofs on algorithms, discrete mathematics. Let's keep it simple for now. So what they asked me in my interview was, okay, what is the complexity of build heap? Build heap, have you studied heap in algorithms, right? It's order of, but intuitively it seems that it is order of n log n, right? So that's what I was asked to prove. So I just proved the entire thing on the board, and that's what they look at. They look at how you can think on response to certain questions. You may not even be able to get it. You may be even fearful at times, but you have to keep a chill mind and look at how to, whatever they're asking, just keep a chill mind and prove it. How to develop this intuition, right? How to develop proofs. I think the basic, everything boils down to is logic. As you've seen, right? I've showed you if implication by implications, right? Proofs revolve around these concepts, right? I think before even attempting to prove something, make sure your logic is right. And then you can go on to concepts like if you like graph theory, what Nitesh was talking about, you can check out the proofs in that domain. If you're going into systems, they'll expect you to code up things as well, right? But overall, in ISC, expect mathematical concepts, analytical concepts, and that's what they look at. So I think that's what. Is it clear or? Sure. Okay.
One question from today's point of view I could tell you is when Sridhar taught you about eigenvalues and eigenvectors, everybody was very sure how to calculate those eigenvalues. But the questions you may get asked is what is the geometric interpretation of the eigenvector? So are you able to visualize what you have learned? Many of my friends who got selected, they were not able to answer the questions directly. So the professor sitting in the interview will guide you that you can think in that way. So if you are able to pick up that hint and get in the right direction towards answer, that is the more important thing which they see in interview. Are you able to think? If you are able to think, you will be in. And a better suggestion is, there is a saying that a clever man will solve a problem, but a wise man will avoid it. So get a good rank and skip the interview process.
And if you haven't heard of that philosophy before, it's called philosophy. Any other question? If not, there's time thank Sanket for his really wonderful talk, which actually inspired people to stay back here all the way. Thank you so much, Sanket. So, I think I mentioned earlier also we are going to be having another